Good morning, children. Today, let us begin with the poem A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. A wonderful poem wherein the poet tries to say that each creature, each God's creature, has the right to enjoy a life of freedom. Okay? When we put the animals in the cage, be it a tiger or a lion or any other creature whom we tame or put it in the zoo. So, what are the feelings of that creature? What would that creature be feeling when you have taken away its liberty? So, in this poem, through the feelings of the tiger, the poet tries to convey us this meaning that they too hold the right to enjoy liberty and live in their natural habitat. When we talk about the natural habitat, we talk about the forests or the jungles, which are the natural abode for those creatures. Okay, let us begin with the poem Tiger in the Zoo. Basically, in this poem, the poet also tries to lay stress on the fact about the contrast which every creature can experience, contrast between freedom and captivity. Okay, when as a captive, what does a tiger feel? What does a tiger long for? And when he would be free, what would be his natural feelings? Okay, let us start with the poem. This poem contrasts, see the introduction given with the poem? This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. Okay, so contrast between both. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. Let us begin with the poem. He stalks in his vivid stripes. Stalks means walk angrily. So the tiger walks angrily. In his vivid stripes, vivid refers to the bright color. Okay, stripes refers to the marks or the patches which are there on the tiger's skin. So the tiger stalks in his vivid stripes. The few steps of his cage. Few steps of his cage because the cage is an enclosed area. Okay, it is small in size. So the tiger is walking the few steps of that cage. Okay, moving to and fro. He is not in the forest that he can take a long walk and explore the jungle. He is in the cage, and those few steps of the cage are being walked over by the tiger. On pads of velvet quiet. Pads refers to the cushioned feet. Cushioned feet. Velvet quiet. Velvet refers to the softness in the paws of the tiger. Quiet refers to the stealthy movement. The quiet movement because of the feet being cushioned. How its movement is being a stealthy movement. In his quiet rage. Okay. First and foremost thing, the word quiet is repeated in line number 3, line number 4. Okay. In the third line, it talks about the quiet movement. Okay. The stealthy movement because of its cushioned feet. Quiet rage. Rage here refers to the anger which is suppressed. Because the tiger is helpless. It is inside the cage. It is feeling helpless. It cannot do anything. So the quiet rage refers to the anger which is the suppressed one. Suppressed anger. It cannot give an outlet to its anger because it feels helpless inside the cage. Okay. The tiger is angry, but he has to surpass that anger of himself. Okay. He's not happy because he is in his unnatural abode. Tiger is not happy because the tiger is in its unnatural abode. Being in unnatural abode means it is inside the cage. And what is its natural abode? Natural abode is the forest where the tiger wishes, or where the tiger craves, or where the tiger longs to be in again. He should be lurking in shadow. Actually, the tiger should not be in the cage. The tiger should be in the forest. Lurking in shadow. Lurking means waiting secretly for its prey. Lurking means waiting secretly. In shadow, shadow refers to the darkness or any of the bush or the tree or the big boulder behind which the tiger hides itself before pouncing or attacking on its prey. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass. Sliding once again means that quiet movement, that unnoticeable movement. Because the tiger hides before attacking or pouncing upon its prey. So the poet says he should be lurking in shadow. He should be sliding through the long grass. He should be near the water hole. Water hole refers to the pool in the jungle where usually the creatures come for drinking water. It is considered to be a water hole. It is called to be a water hole. Near the water hole where plump deer pass. Plump is a fat one. Plump deer pass means water hole is that pool or the place where maximum creatures of the jungle would come to have water. And it is this place only where the tiger would be hiding in an ambush so that it could attack the creature and enjoy itself. Here when we talk about a tiger attacking another creature, it is basically the tiger maintaining the food chain. Okay. Tiger would eat another creature, and it is all these things which maintain the food chain. So we cannot consider a tiger being wrong. It is feeding its own belly. So the poet also says that instead of being in the cage, the tiger should be in the jungle waiting for its prey near the water hole. He should be snarling around houses. Instead of being in the cage, he should be terrorizing the villagers. Okay, snarling word refers to growling aggressively and showing its teeth, its bare teeth, in order to scare the other person. Okay, so he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. A tiger never comes into the human habitation, okay, the place where human beings live. It would be from the edge of the jungle only. It would be snarling and terrorizing the people. Bearing his white fangs. Fangs refers to the sharp teeth of the tiger. So bearing means revealing so that it could scare the people of the village. Bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Okay, so terrorizing the village here refers to the villagers who are terrorized. The tiger doesn't enter the place where human beings live until and unless it is provoked by the human beings to attack it. Okay, so the tiger remains happy in its own jungle till it gets creatures to feed itself. Okay, so had the tiger not been bound in the cage, he would have been roaming around freely, scaring the people around. But he is locked in a concrete cell. But the tiger is not there in the jungle. He is not waiting for its prey. He is not terrorizing the villagers. Rather, he is put in a cage, a concrete cell. His strength behind bars. All his strength has been put behind the bars now. Bars of the cell, bars of the cage, stalking the length of his cage. And the tiger is angry, and with that suppressed anger, he is walking the length of his cage. The cage is a small one, so those few steps of the cage are being angrily carried by the tiger. He is ignoring visitors. He's ignoring visitors because he's not at all interested in entertaining them. Okay, human beings enjoy the captivity of the creature. The children are enjoying watching the tiger in the zoo, but just ask the feelings of that tiger. Is that tiger really happy? Let us take this thought to ourselves in the present context. Are we really happy when we are expected to remain inside the houses? Don't we enjoy the freedom of going to the market, to the mall, to the school, playing with our friends? Okay, so exactly take the same thought to ourselves. Are we really happy when we are captivated inside the house? When we are expected not to step out of the house? And who's roaming freely now? The animals. Okay, so here basically the poet tries to say that the tiger hates to entertain the people, the onlookers, and he is walking arrogantly inside the cage because he's not happy anymore. He then hears the last voice at night. Okay, so the day has passed, it is night, and the tiger could hear the last voice. And the last voice heard is of the patrolling cars. Okay, the patrolling cars here refers to the cars or the jeeps or anything of the zoo official who would move around to check the safety and security of that zoo. Okay, so whatsoever vehicle they may be passing around, it is to check the safety and security of all the creatures of the zoo. So that is the last vehicle, the patrolling cars. And then the tiger stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Again, a repetition over here. Okay, brilliant eyes, brilliant stars. Brilliant eyes here refers to the eyes of that tiger who's dreaming something while he's looking at those stars. And he's looking at those stars so intently because those stars are shining freely in the sky. The brightness of the stars makes him think, makes him wonder about the hope and comfort that one day he too would be as free as those stars in the sky. He is also craving for that freedom. He desires, he longs for that freedom. Freedom of being once again in his natural habitat. Thinking of being away from this cage where he has been put by the people, where his strength has been suppressed. And he's trying to control his anger because he's not happy and he doesn't wish to entertain all the people who are enjoying its captivity. Okay, so here basically the poet says that we need to value the freedom of every creature. They too hold the right and they too should be allowed to run free in the wild instead of being kept in the zoo for human entertainment. Okay, so the poem is complete and tomorrow we shall discuss all the poetic devices along with the question answers of the poem. Okay, so till then, go through the poem thoroughly. Goodbye, children. Have a nice day.